Hey everybody, welcome back to Just Around the Corner. And today I have with me Landon. He is the owner of Jubilee Wellness here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Welcome, Landon. We're excited to have you and learn more about Jubilee Wellness.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because I've experienced Jubilee personally and have just experienced the benefits of what it's like to be a client there. And so I'm excited to get to talk more about what it is that you guys do and share with the community so others can get connected.
It's been a lot of fun. We just opened up back in January, so it's an exciting time around here, but and we're doing a lot of fun things. It's just been good all around.
Yes, I love it. Well, can you just start off by saying kind of like, how did you start Jubilee Wellness and what is Jubilee Wellness?
Um, the idea kind of was just we wanted to create kind of a one-stop shop for all things holistic health, because there's so many different specialities and modalities that work synergistically with the body. And often people are having multiple issues at once. It's a very rare person who just has one specific problem. And it can be hard to find practitioners who are, skilled in all those different modalities. So we kind of had a group of people that came together and wanted to start a place together, and it grew from that. And the equipment that we utilize here, from IV infusions to biohacking stuff, all carefully selected to, okay, what do we need to help people in any stage of their healing journey? So kind of grew from that idea.
I love that. I love that. And you even have used some fun terms to kind of just share some of the things that you guys do, but like talk more about like biohacking and all the different things that are included with Jubilee.
So there's a whole lot. There's kind of three different parts. One is the practitioners. We have 9 different practitioners who work here. Everything from functional medicine to functional nutrition, uh, Pilates and movement therapies, myofascial release, craniosacral, lymphatic massage, neurofeedback, naturopathy, thermographies, different kinds of energy work. There's a whole lot. Prayer ministry and spiritual counseling. I mean, it's very broad spectrum, from structural issues to functional medicine to movement to, I mean, you name it. There's probably a practitioner that can help you. And then on the IV infusion center, we have everything from high dose vitamin C and all the vitamin infusions to major autohemotherapy, which is intravenous ozone administration, ultraviolet blood irradiation, intravenous methylene blue, all kinds of fun things that help people in a lot of different ways. And then there's the biohacking facility, which is a membership-based club, and it has hyperbaric oxygen chambers, exercise with oxygen therapy and altitude training, red light therapy, molecular hydrogen, vibroacoustic. Oh, what else? Ozone steam sauna, infrared sauna, cold plunge, nano V. I mean, it just kind of goes on and on and on and
Yeah,
on. But really, that's all. The biohacking is divided into 3 major groups. There's oxygen therapies, there's detox therapies, and then there's recharging therapies, whether that's pulse electromagnetic field or red light, things that actually activate and recharge the body like a battery. Because no matter what people's health issues are, generally it comes down to one or all of those 3 things that they need.
that's amazing. Yeah, there's so many different things that people can tap into and yeah, different modalities for healing, which it's, it's just very evident that, and you've mentioned this, that it's a very holistic, integrated approach that's really trying to tend to every part of the human um, being, whether that's spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. And really, it sounds like it stems from the belief that it's all connected. And so you want to just address more than just one symptom. You want to get to the root and really provide avenues for total healing.
It's true. It's true. My background's in Western medicine, and I come from more that philosophy. My family was always in holistic medicine. I was kind of the rebel for going that direction. I was a paramedic for 12 years, and that was more than enough time to realize that while Western medicine is really good in acute care, trauma, things like that, when it comes to long-term chronic health conditions, in my opinion, really miss the mark because they don't ask the question of why. We see a symptom in medicine and we give you a pharmaceutical, for that to cover up that symptom, but we view the body as if it is broken and malfunctioning. And our philosophy here is more that the body is brilliant. And if you're experiencing these symptoms, it's because there's always a reason. It's either been poisoned or there's some kind of trauma that's happened to the body. There's always a reason why it's malfunctioning, and those symptoms are warning signals more than anything. And asking the questions to get down to, okay, why is this beautiful machine malfunctioning? And then addressing that root cause issue, maybe across multiple planes from body, mind, and spirit. Um, it's amazing how people start getting better.
Yeah, that's really neat how you came from, yeah, a more Western form of medicine, and you have the knowledge, you have this experience and skill of what it looks like to be in the medical field, and you've seen like, the major difference that I noticed in when you were talking was the tone is different. It's less of we're viewing you and your body or whatever is going on with it as a problem that needs to be fixed, and more of, hey, your body is doing exactly what it's meant to do. And we're going to figure out why it's doing this one thing that is not like long term functional or like what we want homeostasis to be. We're looking at what are the external factors that have invaded this system, and really just believing in people's natural ability and instinct to heal, to thrive, to protect, which I think is so valuable and empowering to people.
It is. It really is. It's I think, I don't want to, Western medicine has a place in my heart because I spent so much time there. But I really think we do a lot of damage, honestly, to clients and patients while diagnoses can be necessary for different reasons, so often patients internalize those on such a level that it actually becomes a bit of a curse to them. They identify with that diagnosis, whether it's high blood pressure or depression. And now it almost becomes instead of I have this, I am this on a very deep level, and they believe that this is what their future is going to hold. So even just helping a patient reframe their mindset around their body and trusting it again and listening to it again, it's amazing. One of my mentors always said, if you listen to a patient long enough, they'll tell you what's wrong with them. And if you keep listening to them, they'll probably tell you how to fix it, because people do know their bodies, even if they've been told that that intuition shouldn't be trusted.
Yeah,
So it really is fun to just unlock that in a patient and then just give them the education and tools necessary to allow that body to heal.
that's amazing. Yeah, I love that of just you're letting the patient be the expert on their bodies and you're the expert on the modalities for healing and
Yeah.
how to really attune to that one person's needs and say, okay, like, let's try this. It sounds like your body is telling you this. Okay, let's go down this road. And that feels really just attuned and good, even to my body and system of like hearing that. Um, and, it makes me curious, like, there are so many different, like, it just feels like Jubilee's really open. Like, there's not much that you couldn't go to Jubilee for. And so I'm curious, like, if somebody was interested, be like, man, I want to check this place out, how would they get connected to you guys? What's the best way to do that?
Honestly, you can always call us or email us. But the best way is just to stop by. It really is. Megan or me or whoever's downstairs will take you on a tour and get to know you because it's really hard to assess someone, you know, in a quick phone call. But if you talk to them for 30 minutes while you're showing them around, generally by the end of it, you got a pretty good idea of which direction to send them. Because there's so much that we offer here between 9 practitioners and 15 different biohacking modalities and a bunch of different IVs that you really have to get to know someone a little bit before you can start guiding them in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember even personally, I think you gave me a tour of the space and all the different treatments that I could engage with. And I remember just thinking, like, I don't think I've ever had somebody take the time to really show me their space, inform me of what these things are for and how I could benefit from them so that I could make a more informed decision for myself. I think sometimes it can feel really like mystical and unknown and scary as to what you're going into in a lot of different places, which, is what it is. And but I love that you guys are really trying to like take that extra step to be like, okay, love that you're interested. Here's like what we have available, and let's maybe like talk more, have more of a conversation of how you could really benefit or connect you to different resources.
It's a totally different model, you know. Most medical organizations is very top down. It's a doctor that's going to assess you in a few minutes and tell you what you need to do or take. Where this is a private wellness association, you know, we're membership based. So when we have people come to us, our job is to educate them on, you know, the different ways you can boost your body and your health and get to know them, and then they get to make those choices. And it's very, you know, member client led from that point on. So it's really fun teaching people about how to care for and love on their bodies.
Mhm. Yeah, that's so good. And talk a little bit more about the memberships. What does that look like? And yeah, how would somebody become a member?
It depends. It's a little confusing because to utilize any of our services, you have to be a member of our private wellness association, and that's free and lifelong. Now, for the biohacking equipment, there are monthly memberships that are basically just built on time, and there's no contract, and your time never expires. There really should be more rules around it, but there aren't any. But basically, you pay a monthly fee and get a certain amount of time per month, and then you get to use that time in the facility doing whatever you want to do. So depending on what you're going through, you know, some people do the less time memberships because they're just wanting to do some detoxing and, you know, you utilize our med bed or something like that a couple times a week. But then we have other clients who are struggling with cancer, and, you know, they want to spend 20 to 40 hours, you know, they're a month in here, you know, hours every day detoxing and recharging and supporting their body as much as possible as they're going through that.
Yeah.
So really, no matter what you're going through, whether you're just a biohacker, health enthusiast, or you're facing a major health crisis, there's options for everyone.
Amazing. Yeah, that's so good. And I love that there's not rules to it, really. I feel like that.
Very few rules. That's a comment we get a lot. They're like, "Really, you should have more structure to this." I'm like, I don't know. If you paid for the time, you just keep it. Your whole family can use it. We have people call all the time. My, you know, housekeeper's sick or whoever. I'm sending her up there. Give her free of my hours, and, you know, we'll take care of her throughout the day. So it's very, I don't know. It's fun and communal, and everyone's here to get better.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that like is what I was getting at. You said it. It's just it's a community, and you're there to really like help and serve people. Um, and I mean, again, I've talked about my own experience, but just like I remember one time I came in and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try a bunch of different things. I've never been here before. And I just felt so welcomed. And like everybody was like, "Hey, Sarah, oh my gosh, let me show you this. And have you had this?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like, did I just enter like a family? I also kind of feel like I'm having a spa day. Like, this is awesome." So, yeah.
It's I love hearing that. That's my favorite thing. I bet at least once a day someone stops by not to do any of the equipment, but just to have a cup of coffee and sit and talk with Megan at the front desk and or chat with the other clients. All the clients know each other. It really is fun. It sounds so cliche to be like, we're a big family, but really it feels that way. Um, it's really been a fun space to, I don't know, see develop and blossom and I don't know, grow.
So, for those who don't know about Jubilee, is there something that you would really hope that they take away from this conversation about what it is that you guys do and what they can expect if they were to reach out?
Um, uh, you know, as far as our services and what we offer, that it varies so much between who comes here because of the amount of practitioners we have. It's almost hard to speak on that because there's such a range of people that we're seeing. I mean, we have a pelvic floor physical therapist and, someone doing neurofeedback on people with PTSD. I mean, they're so varied, the people who come through here, it's everything you could imagine. So it's almost hard to speak on that. What I would want people to know if they were listening to this is that your body really isn't broken. That no matter what health conditions you're facing, no matter what challenges you are facing, there's a reason for it. It's not random. God didn't smite you. There's a reason. Your body was either poisoned, or you have some physical block of electromagnetic energy in your body that's causing organs to malfunction. There's some kind of psychological or emotional trauma that has manifested somewhere in your body. There's a reason, and once you find it and address it, the body always comes back. The body wants to heal. It wants to offer you life and vitality, and if it's not doing that, it's not its fault, and it's not your fault. I mean, you might be making choices that aren't helping the situation, as we all are, but it's not hopeless. It's not hopeless. And I feel like there's so many people that are facing these chronic health crises, and they're taking a slew of petrochemical pharmaceutical medications just to manage symptoms to a way that they can get through the day. But that's not the answer. It's truly, truly not the answer. It's sick management and it's symptom management. There really is a deeper level of health, and it's not always easy. It takes commitment and determination and a willingness to learn and grow, and a willingness to dig into things that you've repressed, because as I've evolved a lot over the last couple of years of helping people. And I used to think that dental issues were probably one of the biggest health problems that we face. And I know that sounds kind of silly to hear, but you'd be amazed how many people's chronic health conditions go back to silent abscesses or root canals or metals in their mouth, something like that. I mean, it's really shocking. I always tell my clients, go to a biological dentist first and then come see me, and see if all your problems go away. And then if they don't, then come see me and we'll find the other issues. But as I've grown in my practice and what I'm doing with clients, the emotional aspect is bigger. Everything Einstein said, everything in the universe is frequency. Everything has a resonance and a magnetism to it, whether that's the desk that my computer's sitting on, or me, or an emotion. Everything that has resonance, and your body has resonance, and different emotions are magnetized to different parts of the body. If you internalize grief, at whatever age, it will always settle in your in your lung, in your large intestine. Worry goes to the spleen, anxiety goes to your esophagus, fear goes to your kidneys and your bladder, shame goes to your ovaries and testicles. I mean, it's because of the resonance and magnetism of those organs and of those emotions. And whenever that low vibration, low frequency resonance of emotion like shame or grief settles in a place in the body, it weakens that place in the body. And whenever that happens, then that place in the body becomes magnetic to other things that are low vibration, like heavy metals and toxins. So very often when I'm helping someone figure out through muscle testing what's going on in them, and just asking the body questions, they'll have an organ system that's suffering, and it'll be toxins and heavy metals that have settled in that organ system. But even deeper than that, they had grief that settled in that organ system that weakened it. And now those toxins and heavy metals are literally magnetic to it. So it's not only a a process of getting out the physical poisons, that we're all exposed to in America on a daily basis, on a level that no human in history has, had the opportunity to be exposed to. But it's also healing that deeper trauma, and there's more ways to skin that cat. And a lot of people don't want to go down that road because they have very good reasons for not pulling that up. There's a reason they had it buried in the first place. But when people do that work and they start releasing those frequencies and emotions, it's amazing how the body starts to heal. I mean, it's really incredible.
Yeah,
That
that
was kind of a convoluted answer to your short question.
no, I think that's great. I think that's super helpful. And I think that also highlights like one of the reasons why I really value what you guys are doing is because as a therapist, I believe that all these things that you're saying, which is that our body keeps the score and our emotions have a physical manifestation, and there is like they get expressed and stored in different places, and that impacts everything. And so it's super encouraging to know that there are people like you guys who are seeing that and addressing those things in a really holistic way. Um, because I think that matters and it's important, and that really helps people to get to the root of things when they can see that all of that's connected and do kind of a triage of all of that work. And so yeah, I think that that's so valuable. And I love
It
that.
really is, because if you ignore one of those parts, that body, mind, soul, the spiritual life of the patient, the emotional life, the physical life of that person, if you don't address all three, you very rarely can get them to true vitality and health. Um, which is a little bit uncomfortable and abnormal feeling for a lot of clients when they walk in the door, because when you're having an appointment with them and you ask them, okay, what's your spiritual practice like, what are those beliefs like, and there is no judgment here. I have someone from every walk of life and I love them all. There's no, in my opinion, that's not my business what the answer to that question is. But in order for me to help you, I need to know what those aspects of your life are like. So sometimes it's a little bit more intimate than people expect, when you're getting into trauma and spirituality and, how it relates to their body, because it truly, truly affects their health.
Yes, yeah. And I think that just speaks to, okay, like this is a journey and it's going to take time. And even just acknowledging like the risk of healing work is that it's probably going to feel overwhelming. It's probably going to bring up a lot more than maybe you thought, and maybe even feel worse before it gets better. But that's like where the real work is done, is when we can really just open it up and see and look at all of it for what it is and get to touch each of those parts and let them be like soothed and addressed and witnessed. That's like really where that long-term change comes from, as opposed to just addressing symptoms, which has its purpose and its place. But if you're looking for something long term in your life to improve your livelihood, there does have to be that deeper look. And so I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a really fun adventure so far. So
Amazing.
far.
Well, are there any other ways that people can get connected to you? Are there other projects or things that you're working on? Tell us a little bit about that.
Right now I don't have any projects that I'm working on other than this one. We just, opened 6 months ago. So like I'm treading water with this project right now. No, it's going really well, but it's keeping me busy. But yeah, all the usual ways. You can call us, email us. I really do encourage people to just come in. I promise you there will be someone there that is excited to see you and show you all around this place and get to know you and hear your story, because that's just where we need to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Landon. And yeah, I'm excited for what Jubilee Wellness is doing and how we can continue to be involved, be connected, and just bring healing to our community because that's needed. We all need it.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. It's happening. People, I have someone stop in off the street every day who's waking up to the fact that there's something better when it comes to health and wellness, and that it's not found in a pill. It's truly, truly not. Um, so it's fun. It's fun. People are realizing that. It's a good time.
Yes. Ah, thank you so much, Landon.
Absolutely.